There we go. We are live. We are live. What's up, my brother?
What's up, Shelby? I'm good. I'm good, man. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm all right. I took a long nap this afternoon. It rained some here in Houston, and man, when it rains, and hear them drippy drops of spring showers outside my window, just makes me want to curl up like a kitty cat.
I just thought about it as you said, raindrops in Houston. I had to re kind of replan a trip this summer.
Okay.
I think on my way home, I'm gonna have I think I'm stopping over in Houston, but
Oh,
I wonder when. I got to figure out when is a good time to go comic book hunting with you in Houston. So we got to put our heads together on that. What's up, Las Cruces?
Las Cruces in the house. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, I tagged Las Cruces on my little Instagram post that I did, and the last conversation that he and I actually had on Instagram popped up, and that was all the way back in 2001. And I was like,
Wow.
yeah, I was like, wow, I mean, one, we've been kind of friends that long, but then two, it's like, why the hell has it been since 2001? Um, Yeah, of course, the big ones is Bedrock City is the biggest comic company here in Houston. They've got like 4 or 5 locations,
Right, right.
and then 4 times a year they do this spring sale. They do this sale, and the main thing with the sale is that uh, they have different categories on sale, but back issue comics are always 50% off.
I dig it.
Yeah, now wall books maybe 30%, something like that, but
Okay.
it's always a good deal. They also have a Bedrock City Con that they're going to be hosting, um, second year in a row. That's going to be coming up October 5th and 6th. So that's always a good chance to get some deals and stuff with that. But I'm of course good friends with Richard, the owner. So anytime you come to town, doesn't matter if a sale's going on or not, I'll hook us up to go over to their flagship store, and
That'd
as
be
long as they're not at a con or something, we can dig
right.
through the good stuff in the back, have them open up the safes,
Nice.
um, and stuff. So
Good times. Oh, definitely. That we got to figure that out.
um, man, all right. So so Todd got out of the house this past weekend and went to San Diego,
I did. I did.
Mecca, the Mecca almost
I did some comic
comic
hunting.
comic books, right? I mean, we got San Diego Comic Con down there, so I know you didn't go for a con. You said you was gonna go hit some stores and stuff.
Right, right.
So tell us about it. Tell us what the San Diego comic scene
I
is
mean,
all about.
it was interesting. We hit about in the course of the day. We hit about 5 shops, and different shops have different personalities. Some had one shop had just a deep stock of back issues. Keys were priced very aggressively. I wasn't really able to shop for keys, but I did find some good books in some of in some of their bins and stuff. I did find some good deals and got some books. Um, Trying to think if I could show you anything I picked up.
You better. You told me he's gonna have a stack of show and tell.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. These are,
Always prepared. He is always
but
prepared.
you'll see that there's nothing. These are just like
Hey,
decent
what's
little.
up, Captain Ramius, my friend? I'll
I
get
mean,
those
like
books
cool
out to you
books like
tomorrow
a
morning.
Marvel Premiere, Weird
Oh,
World.
I love those. Love them.
Yeah. I mean, it's a
Love
cool
'em.
cover, and it was in nice shape. Got some FFs.
Love it.
Doom
John
cover,
Byrne.
the Jean Grey issue.
Yep. Yep.
This one,
Smoke
I've
in the
always loved this
Cocoon.
cover. She-Hulk getting a big boot to the face. So I got those. We got a couple Weapon X Marvel Comics Presents.
Always good. Those Barry Windsor Smith.
Nice, Barry Windsor Smith. What's up, Captain Ramius? Then I got all this big stack of old Disneys.
Ooh. Now you're talking. Hold on. Let me make you big.
I got a lot of Disney.
Big, Chris. Show them Disney again.
Nice stack of Disneys.
Oh, nice.
Nothing crazy price, but
Okay. That's a later gold key. Okay.
Donald and the nephews.
Yep. Yep.
Couple of gold keys.
There you go. Nice.
And
There you go.
then we get some
That's the ones I want to see. There you go. The old Dales.
That's a Gladstone.
Okay, Gladstone. Another Gladstone. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. I love that. I love that. Oh, nice. Oh, is that only $10, $9?
I think I priced them between $5 and $8. Like that one's $8.
Wow. What's up, Santi Freeman?
What's up? Yeah. Somebody knows me. Look at that.
Oh, I love that cover. That's cool.
And
Uh-oh. Someone stole Mickey's. Oh, Mickey slid out of his shorts.
yeah, he was doing some.
I love that. That's a great book. Oh, yeah. I love those the old Dale. Oh, nice.
We got another.
Oh, look at that, Grandma! I've never seen that, Grandma Duck.
Yeah, that was a little beat up, but
There you go. That's an older gold key. Yeah. Early 15 center.
This one's got a chunk missing, but
we all got a few things missing as we get older.
I think we're back to the start.
Yeah. So that's the 70s gold key. Yeah. A little history there. Of course, those started out with Dale. Back in the day, most of them were 4-color comics. Then became Walt Disney Comics and Stories. And they produced the Donald Duck stuff all the way up until the late 70s, early 80s. Sometime around late 60s, they started doing reprints in those books, but still great stuff. And then, of course, Gladstone got the license in the 80s, and they reprinted a lot of the old Carl Barks. So I think all the Gladstone stuff you see is Carl Barks.
Usually they call
Carl Barks art. Very long history. I mean, one of the longest running comic titles in our comic book genre. So really great stuff.
Some of the other ones I picked up from the first shop we went to where I got those Disneys and those Weapon X. I got some of the EC reprints, that I kind of collect. Two-Fisted Tales 21.
Great stuff.
23.
Two-Fisted Tales is so hard to find, and to have these reprints, to enjoy these,
this one's
is so great. A lot of Wally Wood art in those.
22. And then there's some Frontline Combats. I think 1 and 2.
Another hard one to find. the war books just didn't sell as well during that time as the horror books, and once those got phased out.
I was in another store, and you know me, I love Art Adams, and they had a good discount on all their ratios. So this is
Nice.
one that I didn't have, so I picked this up.
Nice. I've not seen that cover.
And then we were in another store, and my buddy Paul that was with me, he grabbed this. I didn't even see this,
Ah,
but he grabbed this one and gave it to me outside.
that is funny.
Disco Gorilla.
Disco Gorilla.
And then I got a really nice one, keeping with the gorilla theme. This is a gorilla cover that I'm adding to my collection. Hawkman number 6.
Flying gorilla.
It's a gorilla with wings, yeah.
That's cool. That looks in pretty good shape. What Hawkman number is that?
6.
6?
Yeah, it's really.
Oh, that's an early one. And these don't get as much love, man. The Atom, Hawkman.
No, they don't, but it's still
good.
It's not the priciest. It's just a cool book.
Captain Ramia says Art Adams has a lot of great gorilla covers.
Yeah, he does. He does. He definitely does. I have one.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, and I was going to save it till the end of the show, and then we'll talk about it. So, I didn't have a chance to mention this to you. So, at the end, we'll give out our information of how you can purchase stuff from us. So stick around to the end of the show for that.
I got that.
All right.
That's the second.
Oh, I like the black and white.
Yeah, it's cool because he's in color, but he's black and white kind of. There's probably some more books. I'm gonna just figure out where I put them.
Yeah. So for those of you that might be watching us on the rewind, Gorilla Todd is in Las Vegas. He's got a little office shop, which is definitely the way to do it. No storefront, no having to pay all those other expenses. He's in a little bit of industrial office space. You can contact him over on Instagram.
Yep.
If you're ever in the area, and go by and see his books and such. And then at the end of the show, we'll of course remind y'all that if you ever want to, if you need to fill some of them holes on your want list, Gorilla Todd loves filling holes. I was waiting on the snare, but he can definitely help you out, and you can send them some of your want lists and stuff. Go ahead.
Cool, man. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I got all these cool books. I got a price. I got these old Iron Mans. Cool.
Those are great stuff. I mean, you got kind of a cutoff between Iron Man 100 above and below. So a lot of people are seeking out those under 100 Iron Mans. But this is the era that early 80s, late 70s, early 80s is when I was really collecting. And
more like when Bob Layton was there.
Yeah, when Bob Layton started doing it, those are the books. Those are some good books.
I got some old Shogun Warriors. These are always cool.
Love it. Love me some Shogun Warriors. The 169 is is that first Shield or first Doctor Strange? That's first Shield, isn't it?
Which one? When Strange Chow's ones or
169?
That's Voodoo, isn't that?
Or is that Voodoo?
Isn't because you're thinking of Doctor Strange 169. takes it over from Strange Adventures.
Yeah, it's First Doctor Strange. Yeah, I have an extra copy of that in a fine, I believe, Captain Ramius. I might actually have it slabbed too. I'm not sure. I'll keep an eye out for you. Yeah, and thank you again, Captain Ramia. So, definitely, like I said, at the end of the show, um, at the end of the show, I'll show a little bit of my eBay store to remind everybody about that. And it paid off last week. I had 2 sales. Captain Ramius was one of those from the eBay store. I just did a couple of good sales right before this show started. I finally sold that Atom number 2, and I sold the first Bizarro Lois Lane that I'd actually just posted yesterday, and that already sold. So I'm really, really happy with things, the way things are moving a little bit. So, thank you all. I know it's because of y'all and everything that Grilla and I are able to do some of these things that we do.
There you go. Looks like, why am I so big?
Well said. Oh, and then of course we got Jack hanging out down here, watching the show, guarding everything. So, all right. So last week I hinted at this. I am not planning on leaving my kids any inheritance. So anytime I have a little bit of extra money, I spend it on myself, through them. So, and I mean that in the most loving way. So here is a cool book. Oh, and I've got a sad story too that goes with this, Todd. So this was a cool book I'm going to kind of work on a little bit. I love this. An early Pep Comics. This is number 151, but I love that.
That's hilarious.
You and your blind dates.
That's hilarious. I love it.
So really funny. I thought with the alien cover, she's got the web feet and stuff. Oh man. So I found this hilarious. But along with this book, I had purchased a Weird Science number 17 or 18. This was a Whatnot auction. I'm not going to say who the seller was, but he seemed semi knowledgeable in comics, and it looked like he had really just basically fallen into a large 1950s collection of stuff. About 8 long boxes, which I mean is great. I would love to fall into that kind of collection. But I bought that Weird Science from him. That thing was torn up. It was bad. He had only showed it through the plastic. He didn't take it out of the bag or anything. It had a spine rip all the way up to nearly the top. The back cover was trashed. It looked okay from the front, but the back cover had really bad ink bleed and stuff. So I immediately contacted Whatnot. They offered me keep the book, get a 25% refund, or send it back and get a full refund. I said, I want this out of here. So I sent that back. We'll see how that refund process goes. I've never had to do that through Whatnot. I did not contact the seller or anything, but the problem is with some of these sellers is they show the book, start the countdown, and then they do 30-second countdowns, right?
They don't leave enough time to really.
You and I both have experience on whatnot.
Yeah, they don't.
They do 30-second countdowns. Well, you don't have time then to say, hey, pull the book out of the bag, show me a little more, things like that, especially when you're talking about, and I didn't pay that much for this one. I think I paid $30 or $40, which I thought was a great deal. But that other book I paid $320 for. And in that grade, it basically fell into maybe an $80 book. And so I was very, very upset. So, yeah, be sure and say, hey, stop, slow down the auction, or don't get FOMO like I probably did with that book, because it's a cool atomic bomb cover and things like that. But yeah, be cautious, with those things, and yeah, so don't be a fool like me. Anyway, excuse me.
You okay, buddy?
I don't talk a lot because I work from home, and so whenever I start talking, my throat starts itching.
Yeah, I get that.
All right, so the next thing is, y'all know I'm a huge Fantastic Four fan. You can see by my thing collection that's big, not my big thing, but my thing collection that's big. And then there's a bunch of other, all that is Fantastic Four on the shelves over there and stuff. Little knickknacks and things. And I'm only missing, I think, 10 issues from having the complete run. And these were a couple of issues that I was missing. So I had a little bit of cash this past month, and one of the books I was looking for was, I wanted this. Let me say this. I don't normally buy these books graded. I usually want them raw. Maybe in fine or so condition, but I might be able to clean and press and get up to a VF, grade, and then send it in and get it slabbed myself. That's what I usually like doing. And so I was willing to spend around $300-400, but I came across this book that was graded. This really nice 8.0 Fantastic Four number 28. I really love this cover with the X-Men in one hand, Fantastic Four in the other. This is, I think, one of the first X-Men crossovers that they did from their book that had just started recently, really, when this came out. I think they were only to issue 4 or 5 or 6 in X-Men. This was a recently graded book. I looked up so it has this fancy label. This book was only graded and slabbed in January of this year. But, 8.0, the person had it, I think, at 800-ish, something like that, which was a little high. But I did get it down to around 760 or so. And that still may have been a tad high, but you know what? I'm just not one to complain that if I overpay for these types of books by $40 or $50, I mean, I'm not going to complain over 40 or 50 bucks for these types of books. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I've missed out on too many books, wanting to nickel and dime and worry about $20 or $30 or $40, because these books are going to do nothing but go up in value. This is a great classic cover, Kirby.
Yeah, that's a beautiful early Fantastic Four, X-Men crossover, high grade, beautiful book.
Great book. So really happy to have this. The same seller I was looking around and I saw this book, and I'm not sure if I'm missing this book from my collection or if what I have is a um, lower grade copy. But this book I did get at a smashing deal. Like I know they had this one for about 700. I ended up getting for like 540. Fantastic Four number 22 in 8.5. So this is the first return of the Mole Man, if I'm not mistaken, after his first appearance. I love this style of Kirby art, where he's got the real thick lines. And I don't know really, maybe it's the inker that's different, but you can just tell the difference, in 6 months between the line art of these two books. And, look at the thing, he's more of the what you think of as the modern look for the thing, compared to this look. And I just really love, I love the thicker line and the yellow word balloons. And there's just so much little bit of beauty and nuance to enjoy about this early. You're within the first 2 years of Fantastic Four, so you're 1964. Yep, January of 1964.
Right at the beginning, that's practically the beginning.
Yeah. So, just a really great book. I was really happy to get this one, make a kind of a couple deal with these two. Ended up paying around 1,500 with shipping and tax and all that, which was exactly kind of where I wanted to be with this. So, really, like I said, probably
Nice.
I got these for around 1,300, but then, 60, $80 in tax, shipping, insurance, so really great. I'm really happy with those two and add that to the collection.
You definitely should be, Shelby. Beautiful books, man. Beautiful books.
Thank you. Now, to the important stuff. Like I mentioned last weekend was C2E2. I mentioned that last week. Did a little shout out to our buddy Jeff Hard to Come By, who was over at Jamie Tyndall's booth. And I hinted to this that he was doing the drop for his new Taylor Swift covers. And so Jeff contacted me on Friday, I think Friday night, and he said, if you want them, and I don't get a discount. Let me go ahead and say that to guys. Jeff and I are good friends. We talk like Gorilla Todd and I. We talk probably every week. But I don't get discounts. I don't ask for discounts. We understand that, this is a business and things like that. And so I did pay full price for all of these, but I did get a couple of signatures for free. But here's the first set. The Virgin and the Trade Dress of Taylor Pool, number 1. So signed by Jamie Tyndall. Got, of course, Taylor Swift in the middle doing her iconic heart shape. You got a couple of unicorns. They're wearing the friendship bracelets and stuff. So I thought it was really cute. Go ahead.
It's pretty.
It's very pretty. It's very pretty. I do love you some Taylor Swift. Now, what was really cool is
what was really cool.
You get these. These are metal. This is metal. This is a metal plate.
Okay, is that like the certificate?
That's the COA, and it's of course signed. But this is metal, so it's like a little metal plate, like a metal cover, for the signatures. Cool. So I thought that was really neat, and yeah, and maybe I've got some of the signatures for free. which I think he's only charging $5. So it's not like I got, a big discount. I think I got about $10 discount with the signatures. But they were metal plate. Now these were from, I think, WonderCon. Now these were the exclusive for C2E2 is Taylor Pool #2. So got the Taylor Swift's kitty cat. Her from behind. Really cute. Graffiti artwork. Just I don't know, really nice. I liked it a lot. I like the kitty cat on the cover. And again, I think he ran out, so I ended up getting a different metal thing, which I thought was really cool. This metal one.
That's cool.
That is cool, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
So yeah, I got the metal COAs again. But yeah, Jamie Tyndall, Taylor Swift, Virgin trade dress. So yeah, really cool. Hit up Jeff Hard to come by. I'm not sure if he's got any of these left. I know the Virgins, I think, were limited to 50 copies, and the trade dress were limited to 100 copies. And Jamie Tyndall's pretty strict on his limits. So, yeah, so really cool. Happy to get that. Just a little bit of, these aren't going up in value, guys. We know that, okay? They're just cool. It's helping support, a great artist, helping support a great seller in our community. Jeff Hard to come by. And so, yeah, I was just very happy to support and add something kind of goofy.
Good stuff.
Huh?
Good stuff.
Yeah, good. Man. It's not all about the value, it's just about sometimes having something really neat. Like I said, this is not going to be $1,000 book in 5 years or anything, right? I doubt this book is going to sell, and no offense to Jamie Tyndall or anything like that. But it's cool. It's cool. It's helping out, some friends. Jamie's always been nice to me whenever I've met him. He's a super nice guy. I've got a lot of signed stuff of his, a lot of the White Widow and things like that. So super great guy. That's
cool, man. I never met him. This stuff, I have some of his books that I've just accumulated here and there.
Well, you need to get to, excuse me. So I know you set up at a couple of shows and you do smaller shows. Do y'all have like a bigger show there in?
We have Vegas,
with the guests and things like that.
Yeah, we have like that one called Amazing Con. They do it in Hawaii too, but they haven't announced the next dates yet, and so there is a good like smaller and I've been smaller comic like community here in Vegas. I'm trying to get some signings scheduled for my place here. So far, I don't have anything concrete planned, but I got potentially Vampirella cosplay cover cosplayer coming in potentially. I think that's pretty solid. Trying to get some comic creators in, it's a little challenging, but let's see what we can get going.
All right. Yeah, well, I love hitting these. Luckily, here in the Texas area, we have Fan Expo and a couple other cons up in Dallas area. Houston is a little iffy on cons. So is Austin, San Antonio. But Fan Expo always brings a great selection of artists. and such. You know, a good mixture of some of the new hot artists along with some of the older artists. You know, so you'll have like your Michael Golden, you'll have um, um, Rubenstein, you know, who did the inking for like the
Yeah,
Wolverine
yeah. Joe
covers.
Rubenstein.
Um, you know, you just have a mixture, and so it's always a fun con to go to be able to, you know, get some of those. Clayton Crane was there last year. I got a really beautiful um, uh, signature from him on some Fantastic Four books. So yeah, you know, that's always fun. And like I said, that's where I met Jamie, and you know, got to know him a little bit. Tyler Kirkham. You know, if you've seen some of my videos, you know, I've had a little interview with Tyler Kirkham. You know, met him,
That's cool.
bumped into him before the show, and talked to him. Super nice guy. He didn't give me his phone number or anything, but yeah, he recognized me. We talked during the show and stuff. You know, I have gotten to be semi good friends, which I do have her contact information. Ariel Diaz, she's from here in Texas. So, um, uh, Rodriguez, who does the background art and some of the stuff with like stray dogs, and then the new kitty cat books, which I need to get.
Farrell.
Huh?
Farrell.
Farrell, thank you. So I still need to get those. Um,
I got them off if you can't find them.
yeah, let's do it. So I don't have to look for them. All right. So yeah, hit those comic shows. Fan Expo in Dallas is coming up in June, and so stay tuned for more information on that. But if you don't get a chance, I was looking at, and I'll share this on the screen.
What's up, Guy? You got Guy Forge in the chat.
Who is that? Oh, Guy Forge. Hey, buddy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Looks like everybody's coming over from your channel. Ugh.
That's funny.
Yeah,
I'm barely doing
so I was looking at, I was talking to a friend of mine this past week, and he was showing me some stuff. I do not normally shop at Heritage too often anymore, friends of the channel. I think they're, you know, fees and stuff like that. But I did want to show that with the market down, and he and I were looking at some of these Batmans. With the market down, there was some freaking banger sales that were pretty affordable. I was looking at this, and there's 3 copies right here of first Riddler, first Silver Age Riddler. Good minus for only $169. Good minus for $149, and then a good copy for $192. And I was like, man, that just seems real affordable to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for first Golden Age Riddler, and the Trojan Horse issue here, you know, went for $720. I mean, that looks like a great copy. Yeah, look a little bit closer look on this. Good. I mean, it's got a lot of wear. That I love that pink cover. It's got a lot of ink loss. You know, here's one with a little bit of the same damage, and this one's not bad at all. I mean, it's got some damage around the bottom and stuff, but I feel like that's a very affordable price for, you know, first Silver Age Riddler. You get that, you kind of clean it, press it, maybe slab it. You know, you're talking about maybe a $250 book at that point. I think there's some equity, you know, is what I'm saying. I think there's some equity in that. If you want to go that route, but this Batman Annual Fine Plus, I mean, just a tick from like a 9.0, which again, maybe you press and clean it. I mean, this went for $130. I love these giant size, and this is an early giant size Batman Annual. Excuse me. Number 5. I think that you got some great equity in these. Now I think this is with
this?
buyer's premium. So really this sold for maybe $110. Then with your 20%, 30% buyer's premium, it went up to 130. So you always got to kind of think of that.
Check this out, Shelby.
Oh, hold on. Todd's wanting to show us something.
It's a very, very nice, clean
Whoops.
flash.
I don't know what I did there, but go ahead.
Just showing
That's a beautiful flash.
Beautiful book. I got that one and two other that are just nice because they're thick books and they're pretty clean. I got this Marvel Superheroes King Size Special.
Yep, that's nice. I have that in my collection.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Let me make a plug for this. These Marvel superheroes. Oh, I love the date stamp on it too. These were put out in 1963, 1964, maybe a little bit later than that, maybe 1965. But these were the very first reprints of the early Marvel books, because even back then, there wasn't a place to get that Daredevil #1 like it's showing. It's showing, I think, the Fantastic Four #4 there, and then I couldn't catch what the top
Avengers 2. That's Avengers 2.
Avengers #2. So these are reprint books, but you can find these in fairly nice condition. I'm telling you, these are, if you can't afford the original or something like that, these are still great ways to collect these books.
Very economical compared to the originals.
For sure. I still don't own a Daredevil #1. I would like to. That's on my list. Let's see. Whoops. So, I'll share this again. I think this is a severely overpriced book, the first Raw Ghul. I remember seeing this book in mass quantities back in the day. I think it's a cool book, but I think 420 is still a little high. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that. But what I am a huge fan of is these early Silver Age Batmans. This is a lot of 8 books for only $396. That means this is basically $50 a book. And
Yeah,
I mean, come on, look, you got a Joker cover there. You got a Bugman cover. I mean, that's a 10 center. So that is Golden Age range there. And then a Joker cover, but eight books for $50 a piece for late Golden Age, early Silver Age Batman in your VG to fine range. And remember, this is heritage. So when they say something is VG, they're probably being a little bit, I don't want to say conservative, but you're going to get a strong book, right? Some dealers, they sell a VG book and the damn thing looks like it's been run over by a truck and, all that stuff. VG, you should not have, a spine bend, a spine roll, it should lay flat. You know, there's certain criteria. So, you know, you're not going to hurt yourself. I thought this was a good one too. $430 for First Poison Ivy. And I'm telling you, you're not seeing, and I can't afford the higher grade books. I think these VG copies are
Yeah,
great, great.
definitely great ways to get the book in your collection.
And then this is not a bad looking copy to me. It
No, it
looks,
looks decent from you can't really see it, but hey, what's up, Art Chemist? How you doing,
I
man?
mean, you can take a, you can get a little bit closer. I'm not clicking on it because I'm not sure if it would actually show what I clicked on. But hey, Arcust. Um, so yeah, you know, like I said, I'm not a. Here's another one, man. 14 books. 14 books for early Silver Age. Now some of these look pretty trash, but you know, look at that. Oh, Joker's the genie.
Oh, that's wicked.
Is that cool?
That's wicked.
Joker's the genie. Oh, sold for la 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 5,500, which I think is still a good deal. A 7.5, 1940, I think 48, yeah, 1948, off white to white pages. And this was a recent sale. This was January 14th of this year. I think that a couple of years ago, this was a $8,000 book.
Wouldn't be
I look. Let me say this: is I've spent $5,000 on a Fantastic Four 48. I would feel just as happy to spend $5,000 on this book too. This is a beautiful book. Batman number 49, 1948, Golden Age, Joker, Genie. I mean, oh,
it's a beautiful book, all
beautiful book.
on all counts.
Oh, now here's that dragon cover again. In a 7.5 for only $600. I think that's a really good deal. When you look at me just spending $800 for a Fantastic Four, um 28, uh yeah, 28, and spending $600 for this Batman number 104 dragon sea monster cover. I think that's a great deal.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't disagree with you, man. There's definitely good deals out there right now, no doubt about it.
This is another one, 1946 Penguin
Also,
cover,
Penguin cover.
6.0, $1,500. I mean, and Todd and I aren't rich guys, but no offense. I mean, you know, we could afford $1,500, and this would be a great book to put into the collection. Has the flaming umbrella, flying down, and there's another one right here, 5.5. You know, if you want that one, you can do it for $1,300. You know, and there doesn't look like to me much of a condition difference. Off white to white pages, 1946, right after the war. 1946 Batman 38. Come on, man, for 1,300. That just sounds. I mean, it just seems like a great deal to me. I wish I had seen this auction. I probably wouldn't have ended up buying these Fantastic Fours. You know, but you know, this is cheap to me for strong, mid-grade, slightly higher than mid-grade golden age books,
And
right? I
yeah,
mean,
and the thing is, you're talking
1946,
about,
that is 70 years ago, Todd. Do you understand that's 70 years
dude,
ago?
and you're not you're talking about Batman's. You're not talking about, not you're talking about top of the food chain characters, like the most popular, one of the most popular, most sought after comic book characters ever.
Yeah. So I think yeah. I found it very interesting to really. I was surprised at some of those prices. You know, um, I think Golden Age is something I've been, adding a little bit to in the past year in my collection, and I think it's affordable.
Yeah, you just have to make more.
Relative,
You just have to,
relative.
yeah, but you just have to make more focused, meaningful purchases. You can't. It's like almost like a different discipline to a degree.
All right. So the last thing I have is,
Oh,
as we're coming up on the hour,
mm-hmm.
is I shared with Todd that I've been doing cleaning and pressing for probably about almost 4 years now, and become pretty good at it. And I've now started getting into what's called conservation. Now, conservation normally means actually taking the book apart, which is something that I've been resistant to do in the past. Maybe doing some kind of deacidification bath to remove a lot of tannins and stuff like that. I'll actually show an image of what I mean by that of a book I just did. So I'm part of this comic book conservation. Comic book conservation community. And here's the book I just did, Kanga Jungle King book. This is the after. I did have a little bit of ink loss and things like that with it, which isn't uncommon. I was mainly trying to work on this. This was a dark stain when I started. So, but here is the deacidification bath. And you can, I'm using what's called Trident X, which is surfactant, along with some calcium hydroxide. You can see the darker stain. See how much darker that stain was when I started compared to now.
It became much more faint.
You can see how much tanning. This is all tannins that was removed. And what calcium carbonate actually does is it will actually preserve the book. So pulp paper is meant to only last around 50 years. With this conservation technique, you're removing the impurities, but you're also putting a protectant within the paper where this will now last around 500 years. So you're preserving the book itself, which is what is important, right? That's why it's called conservation. You can see how after the fact, I've reduced the staining of this book quite a bit. Here's the cover after the whitening with all the tannins removed. So, excuse me. Here is a book that I recently purchased a couple of months ago. And Sensation Comics number 80. So you can see the large spine roll on this book. You can see several rips, tears. It's a black cover. It's showing every little bit of defect. You can see the severity of the spine roll with the interior pages sticking out. This book did have a really bad miscut cover, so you can actually see white along this top edge. Here's the back cover. You can see that severe spine roll. You can see some tears. You can see that white edge of the miscut. You can see how the text even looks like it's sloping downward because of the miscut of the cover. Someone wrote PP on the back. I don't know why. But yeah, so I did the same thing. I did a deacidification bath. I mended the page tears. That's another part of the conservation, is you can mend page tears using Tengujo paper and wheat paste or methyl cellulose. And here is the after. So if you compare before, the large spine roll and such, and then the after, spine roll is completely removed. In fact, this book was sent to me in a magazine bag. The spine roll was so bad, and now it fits in a golden age bag. You can still see the miscut on the cover, but it's now aligned with the pages. You can see, I'll show you the back cover. The back cover, all the tears are mended. I removed PP from the top. The PP is gone. Now, what happened is, as with any conservation, especially when you're using chemicals, you could have some ink loss. And I did have some ink loss with this book. However, CGC, so let me talk a little bit about CGC now. CGC does not mark off that much for ink loss. What they look at more is vibrancy. And this book did retain, you can see the yellows and stuff, did retain that vibrancy that CGC is looking for. It still retains gloss, even though there is some minor ink loss. They will not mark off for you as much with that. Also, you will not get a restored grade. You will get a blue label conserved grade. So for CGC, blue label is the universal grade label, and it will have a gray border at the top that says conserved grade. Now, unlike restored books, which is the purple label, those end up selling for about 30 to 40% less than fair market value as a restored book. I myself love restored books because it depends on what the restoration is. It could be light color touch, it could be trimming. As long as it's not tape, I'm usually pretty good with it. Conserved books, on the other hand, only has about a 10% reduction in fair market value in terms of price, because it's seen as something very different, which it is. So here is that book. Very nice. I purchased this for about $200. If I had to guess, this may be around a $400 to $500 book now. With removal of spine roll, the conservation and stuff. So
it's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely increase the equity in it, which is something you want to do. But also, this book is now going to be preserved, right, for later generations because of this technique. So that's what really makes me happy about it, is that other people, and again, this is 1948. This is a 70-year-old book. You know, this will now be around till 2148. You know, because of this. So, all right.
Yeah,
So, what you got going on, Todd? What you want to tell people about?
Obviously Saturday's Free Comic Book Day. We're getting geared up for that. I'm doing the grand opening of my. This is the third room I'm adding to focus on back issues in this room. You can see there's lots of boxes and books displayed around every angle. So Saturday is going to be probably a big day. Have a show. I think I'm headed on the road to Pasadena this month
Oh,
for a 2-day show.
are you setting up or you just going?
Yeah, I'm setting up at this
Ooh,
one.
nice.
And then this is May, and then June. June's going to be a crazy month because I'll be doing shows three weeks in a row. California, Phoenix, and back to California. That'll be an interesting.
What's going on in Phoenix?
There's this one show that I do called Front Row Card and Comic Show.
Yeah.
He does shows in Vegas, Phoenix, and Pasadena. He also does one in Seattle, but that one's too far. And so I do the ones in Pasadena and Phoenix. The nice thing is I'm gonna probably hang around an extra day in Phoenix this time, and
Phoenix has some really good stores down there. I know a few game people down there. I want to say there's one comic person I know down there, but I can't think of it. I think your buddy, Papa Willie, is around that area. You go visit him.
Oh, sure. Love to see him. I'd love to see Papa. What do you think?
I probably should save that till after the show.
What do you think I'm going to say? I'd love to see my friend Papa.
Well, cool. And like I said, Todd does drop stuff over on IG. IG is his best place for you to see him. Sorry, I meant to do this.
Well,
You dropped something recently over on IG or not, but
not real recent. I kind of slacked this week. I've just been busy with the school year ending. I just found out. I just got word today. I did get a summer teaching job.
Oh,
So I had to kind of reschedule my trip to Florida. But I'm just going to go later in the summer rather than earlier.
Okay. Yeah, but check out Gorilla Todd's IG page, of course. Looks like he did show the
I took that right in the parking lot.
That's some of those posters that he'd gotten in about a week ago. But yeah, contact Todd.
If you click on that, does it show my reel?
This one?
The poster one.
Yeah, it does.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so it has his hours. Looks like he needed to probably that needs to stay on the screen a little longer. Okay, that's not bad. But yeah, you can go by, check out Gorilla Todd's Clubhouse. Again, that went really quick, so I couldn't read it. Open 5 p.m. until 5 p.m. today. So
I'm learning how to do it.
Let that linger a little longer on the screen.
Yeah, I'm learning. Yeah, the words could definitely be up there a little longer. I see what you mean.
The way you learn.
The transition happens, and before you know it, they're gone.
Yeah, the words are gone. I couldn't read it. So, but yeah, if you got a want list or anything, send to Todd. He can try to fill it for you. Or, like he said, he goes to shows all the time. Maybe he can find what you're looking for there at shows. As for me, and again, let me say that I did end up having a few sales for me showing this last week. So I'm going to do a shameless plug again to myself,
as you should.
as I should.
If you
You
won't,
got,
hey
you,
man, if you won't plug yourself, who will?
There you go. You can check out my eBay store. So ebay.com, STR, which is store, and then Shelby's Comics with three S's, one at the beginning, one in the middle, one at the end. But I'm always listing new books. And I'll be honest with you, and I feel very, very blessed. I, right before the show, I had a sale of Atom Comics, the Atom #2. I had a sale for First Bizarro, Lois Lane, and that I just posted yesterday. So a lot of things move really quickly.
Well, that tells you people are looking at what you post. They're seeing they're seeing your posts.
I do weekly auctions. I've got a really great auction this week. I was trying to work on a high grade collection of the Maximum Carnage run, and I just kind of lost interest. There's only one bid on a lot of these things right now. All my auctions start at 99 cents. But this is a beautiful high grade copy. A lot of these, like I said, since I bought them to actually send in for grading, to get hopefully 9.8s. All of these are at least 9.2, 9.4 or above. So some great books there. I've actually had a few people reach out and actually pulled some of my auction listings already because they sold. People made offers to me. So don't linger around on that. But I try to keep around 40 to 50 buy it nows. I'm a little low right now. I'm down to around 20, and that's because I've been having some really awesome sales thanks to you guys. So I don't want to jinx myself. I'm just putting hopefully some good feelings out there in the YouTuberverse to please come check me out. Send me your want list or anything, or make offers. You can contact me over on IG at shelbyscomics.com. Shelby's Comics, and I'm always open to offers. I do have the make offers button available on every one of my books, so you can make offers on books. So I'm not one of those people.
And if I may say, it is such a nice thing to actually be able to make an offer when there's a best offer button.
I know, right? A lot of dealers do not do that. It's like, no, this is the price. No, that's bullshit. Okay.
Well, sometimes there's an offer button, and you offer what you think is reasonable, and it's automatically rejected.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. I don't do that. So yeah, you can make offers on anything in my store. I make sure of that. So, because I'm not a crazy person. My mommy had me tested. All right. Well, that is another show in the bag. Thank you all again for tuning in. Thank you for all your support, even though most of it looks like it came from Gorilla Todd's side, but that's okay. We're good with that.
They get here one way or another.
There you go. That's right. I missed that one. Signature King. Just in time to talk about signatures. But yes, as long as Todd and I can keep this up, we're going to be here with you every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you've got topics or anything you want to talk about, we're going to try and get some guests on here. We want Gorilla Todd's buddy come over, show us some foreign comics. If you're interested also in combo conservation or cleaning and pressing, I know that you have another friend that does some of your pressing and stuff for you. Love to do a little bit of talk on that if people are interested in those areas. But otherwise, we good?
Yeah, man. I think it was a good talk tonight. I love you talking about all the conservation work you're doing on the books and seeing the befores and afters and hearing about the chemical processes that you're doing.
You do science,
I
chemistry.
find it interesting. I'm telling you. Um, and I appreciate that you share that stuff with us.
Cool. All right. All right. Well, until next time, we will say good night and remember, peace, love, and comics. Thanks all. Bye.
Bye bye.